We're live. Looks like it anyway. We're alive. I don't think anyone else is here though. There you go. Let's see, we gotta get that up there. Yikes. Now let's see if anyone shows up. That's you, huh?
Yeah.
Someone just showed up. Two eggs and Chris.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Chris.
Good evening, folks. Give everybody a little chance to get here. Huh?
The ice.
What's wrong?
The ice needs dumping, etc. I'm not going to do it right now.
Dump things?
The ice machine is full.
Oh. Trey is here.
Hi, Trey. Hi, Wendy.
Well, thank you, Trey. And it is. It's really nice. It came out really nice. There's the Christmas girl, Scarlett. She had Christmas today. Or no, it was yesterday. We went over to that railroad place. Steve Moran's here. All right, hey, Steve. Phil Personnel. Steve and Jackie. Well, it only says Steve.
I know, but I always try to remember her name too.
And Chris Howdy's here. Wasn't he like someone who like a commentator for football or something? Chris Howdy.
Phil Personnel. Hi, Phil. Hey, Pep Tinks.
The Pep Tinks. Did I send you the message?
I thought you were kidding. I
yeah.
I told Bill, I said, I think she thinks you're teasing. I didn't know you really came to Hot Springs, which I couldn't have met you anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just get very impromptu sometimes.
I know, but she was really mean to me.
But that's okay. We'll meet up with you again. We go there.
See, when you're mean to me, Darla loves it.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, whenever anyone's mean to me, she's over there going, watching you on the TV.
Wow.
Do we look better when we're like, what do you have, like a 17-inch or a 19-inch or
6-inch?
Yeah. That's all right. My new TV is going to be a 75-inch in the house. Nah, I'll probably get a 65. I don't want to be greedy. But I'm probably going to get it from Walmart. We did say hi to Pep Tink and Phil, right? Okay, yeah, we did.
I did.
Anyway, yeah, so I guess Walmart bought Vizio TVs. So what happens is when you're watching the TV, it's taking all your data down and looking around your house and the whole thing.
I don't know if it's looking around your house, but it definitely keeps track of what you watch on TV. I don't know.
Anyway.
It scoops data.
I went on and I found how to turn it off, so I won't do that.
He's getting a 65-inch. Kate says hi, Uncle. Jason wants to know where cookies are, where treats are.
Oh, Jason has a 65. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have a bigger room. See, 65-inch in our house is going to be like wearing glasses.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
They tell you that based on the distance, or based on how wide your TV is and stuff, you can't really even see 4K unless you're a certain distance away from it.
Yeah. I could go open the window and go stand outside.
You could go stand next door.
Yeah, yeah. They're already saying, hey, we can watch your TV in your bedroom.
Still says 55-inch here. Hey, McKeo.
Hi, McKeo.
Thank you.
Wow, we're already flying on those, aren't we? That's good. You guys are awesome. I don't know if anyone saw I guess people saw our video today. A few people did anyway.
Warm in here.
Is it? Well, I'm comfortable. Isn't that what you always say?
I had a sweatshirt on.
Huh?
I had a sweatshirt on.
Yeah? What's wrong?
Oh, there's something right there.
That's your finger. And now it's in my nose.
No, it's probably leaves. Leaves are everywhere still. We have a ONN TV. Yeah, I saw those at Walmart too. Nakia said she saw it. Hi, Amanda.
So Ron Silver's here. Ronald Silva. Have to forgive me, my eyes. I'm tired. I drove all day today. What a crazy day.
Oh yeah. Hey, Ronald Silva. And yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's not tonight.
Doesn't matter.
Let's see. It will be.
We have one more live, I think.
Yeah. Well, today's the 15th.
It'll be the 22nd, our next one. Chief Ish.
What?
Pep Tink, Texas Roadhouse. We thought about you guys.
Yeah.
It's been about a year ago.
We went to that one too. The guy had a brand new shower door for sale. Mm-hmm. He wanted $265, and he was up there in Fort Smith. Fort Smith Bonanza. Right? Mm-hmm. Actually, it was in Bonanza. Mm-hmm. So we drive all the way up there, and we get there. Of course, we're looking. We go down the street, and it looks like Beirut or something. And we get down to the end of the street, and we're talking. I go, this really looks kind of sketchy. So we end up having to back up and get turned around. And I go, well, it's got to be this house right here. They're putting new windows in it because the guy said he was in construction. So we turned in, and I
told him, I said, just call him instead of going up and knocking on the door.
So I called him, and he goes, oh, I'm next door. And we look over there, and she's like, oh my gosh, this thing looks like it's ready to just fall over.
Oh, it was
and crazy. I'm thinking, what the heck?
It was a mobile home.
No, it wasn't. It was an army barrack.
I know, but it was like a mobile home, that structure.
Well, it was
like it had aluminum siding and.
No, it had a barracks. Stone foundation underneath it.
Terrible.
Real wood floor, but half of it had caved in, and we're thinking, oh my God,
what lives here? What are we getting into?
So anyway, I backed out of this driveway and pulled into the next one. I thought, well, you sound like a really nice guy on the phone. So sure enough, when we got there, he was from San Salvador. He came here when he was a little kid, and he was in construction, and he bought this place, and he thought he was going to be able to fix it up, but it just started caving in on him. So we were talking, and he says, I was thinking about renting a bulldozer or something, just knocking it down. But we went in it, and he was just using. He wasn't living there. Yeah, he was just using it for storage.
But it smelled mildewy, and it was freezing cold, and it was just.
It was nasty. It was. I mean, where we went, it wasn't as bad as I'm sure the rest of the house was. But supposedly it used to be an army barracks.
Yeah.
And
there were two there, he said, and they hauled one away.
Yeah,
they kept hoping they'd come back and haul the other one away, but they didn't.
And he was hoping the tornado would take it out. But he said that some old people come by, walking by, and tell them stories about how people that lived there had seen dead soldiers walking through that place there. He goes, I'm all freaked out about it. I don't want to build it. But anyway, we ended up when I saw the shower door, it's what we needed, the right size, and it needed to be so you couldn't see through it and all that stuff.
I didn't want clear glass because that's just a booger to keep clean.
And he had a price of $265 on it for brand new, and I thought, what the heck? It's a long ways away. I said, would you take $150? And he wrote me back, yeah, sure. So I said, okay, well, we'll come. Well, we were going to go on Monday, and then I contacted him on Saturday, and so, well, can we come tomorrow? And he said, sure. And I said, about 11 o'clock. Okay. So he sent me his stuff and everything. We got there, and we went through. He had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting the shower door, and we got a mirror for the other bathroom. And then when we went Saturday to Hot Springs, we went to this place, and they have all kinds of stuff in there. But the one thing that I saw that the price looked really good and everything was they had butcher block, and I'm thinking that'll work good on our kitchen counter. So,
and they seem to always have that.
Yep. So we need to
catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. Just wondering what kind of flooring are you putting down?
You missed one too. Hey, can you receive mail in Quartzsite when you get there? Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
But we're not going to have a mailing address. You can send it to our campground. If you stay there for a month, you can receive mail at our campground.
I'll message
and you can receive like packages,
right,
and stuff like that. So
above 65-inch or junk at Wally World.
When are you leaving to go to Quartzsite, or have you already left? We are leaving the day after Christmas. We'll be leaving on the 26th, and we should get there probably before New Year's Eve. We should be there by New Year's Eve, maybe. I'm going to take a lot of breaks. So
hi, lonely hitchhiker, Kent, and I will Makio, and back to Ronald Sova. Just wondering what kind of flooring are you putting down?
We're putting down red oak solid wood flooring, and we were basically buying a trailer load we got for our little trailer, and we told this guy Saturday at this place because they had all that real thin weird stuff, laminate, and I told him, yeah, it's real wood, it's going to come in 3.5-inch section, wide. And he said, really? And he said, well, what I said, well, we're going to get a trailer load for $800. He goes, man, you better enough to do the house.
A pallet. Yeah.
Well, it's bigger than a pallet.
It'll be a
trailer. They said it would fit in our trailer, but just barely. Anyway, for $800, he said, you better do that deal.
And hi, Ron Darrell.
Yeah, and sorry, Ron, I've been going to call you every day, and we've just been running, man. And I should have called you from the car today, but when we go out the way we went out today, it's sketchy. It comes and goes.
It was foggy too.
It was froggy.
Yeah. Dinner's ready, Jason said. For you or Carmelo? Thanks, Amanda. And you too.
What?
And she said safe travels.
And Makio wants to know the address.
I told her I would message her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's been our fun, and now let's see. To get ready to go, I got to put front brakes on the motorhome, rear brakes on the truck. I got to replace the water pump.
Yeah.
And then I think the RV and the pickup truck's ready to go. We got a new braking system and everything for the truck. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire again. But yeah, should be interesting.
Jason says he doesn't feel like installing hardwood.
Hardwood floor? Yeah. Well, that's going to be, and the thing is once you put it down, then you got to sand it. We'll have to get some kind of like a belt sander or something and get it sanded real nice. And then you got to stain it, and then you got to seal it with like that
polylube. That's what happens when you get old and senile.
What?
Forget to call people.
Oh. Well, we talked about it today. I've been talking about it for the last couple of days.
Hey, Lewis and Barbara, welcome. Is your beard getting longer?
Who, yours?
Lewis and mine's getting really long.
Yeah, see, here's longer than mine.
Longer than Bill's.
Yeah.
Do you travel across Route 20 and then hit 10 to Quartzsite?
Yeah, we do. Actually, we do 30, 20, 10. That's how we do it. We come down and we come down to New Boston, and that's where we catch the 30, and then we head west and go into I think it's in Fort Worth. You get on the 20, and then you take the 20 all the way out till it turns into the 10. And then we just stay on the throttle and don't stop till we get through the other side of New Mexico and Tucson. And then after that, it's pretty. Actually, we'll we will stop in Lordsburg sometimes.
Yeah.
There's
That's nice.
There's a Flying J in Lordsburg, and they're pretty nice there, and it's
they have a Denny's and
got a nice big parking lot, plenty of room to park and everything. So, yeah, there's Charlie and Diane are here.
The Indicasita Adventures. Hi, guys.
And I guess you guys are coming to Quartzsite.
Yay.
Sounds like.
It's been a long time.
Are you? Where are you staying at? Are you staying at the same place you were last time? Of course, you stayed there a lot longer than we did, so.
Yeah, they did. They stayed after we left.
Well, they were there. Didn't they get there before us, I think? But anyway, yeah.
Cage says, don't bother me, I'm sleeping. But I'll tell him you said hi. In his new bed. He really likes that bed. Oh, buddy.
He rode in that bed in the back with a sliding or a door for the shower and a mirror. And he didn't even freak out.
Same place as last time. Okay. Hey, Rosebud.
There's Rosebud.
And Mountain Laurel, if you're there too. I appreciate that you guys are liking our content.
Yeah. Say in January and February. Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And we had a subscriber come visit.
Oh yeah, we had Jane Bray.
Yeah. And
her husband and her brother-in-law.
That was fun.
But it was dumping rain the whole time they were here. And then when they got ready to leave, I was afraid they'd get stuck down in the pond down here. Yeah. But they made it through.
No worries, Mountain Laurel. It's okay. We're just saying hi to everybody and talking about when we're leaving for Quartzsite.
Yeah, so should be pretty exciting. I don't know how it's going to be interesting to see how things go. Because it's going to be the switch over to Trump and all that stuff's going to be going on. So, and I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat because I'm going to act crazy or anything. I'm just wearing it because my hair looks like crap today. I got rained on a couple times.
And he needs a cut.
Yeah, it needs a cutting. Yeah. So I was kind of hoping to go back tomorrow and pick up the top sink top for our bathroom, but
we don't have a countertop or a sink for it yet.
I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow or not. I offered the guys some money and said we could come tomorrow, but he hasn't responded. So, but it's Sunday, so you may not.
Just in passing here, and I know that Trey said this to Mikio because she was asking if they were going to Quartzsite, but continued prayers for Wendy. She's battling cancer.
Yeah.
The prayers are really working, so keep them up, guys. Appreciate it. And I know Trey and Wendy do as well. And we love you.
Who doesn't love with tinfoil hat? Yeah, well.
2 eggs. Oh, here we go again.
No, I'm just wearing the hat. I haven't done anything. Unless you call, let's talk about drones. Let's not.
Ron says your puppy's settling down. Mine's getting crazier.
Did he? What was it I used to do? It drove Rocky crazy. When Ron would be on the video, I'd say something, and Rocky would drive him crazy.
I don't remember.
Your dog's name is Lady. This one, right? Your girl.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we got 25 people watching, and we got a dog sleeping. His ears are going.
Road weary.
His ears are going like this.
Like antenna. Your new house has come together in a hurry. Yeah, it has. We're very happy about that.
Yeah, it actually
cookies.
When we originally started, it was going to be a week to a week and a half, but I knew that was impossible. But one thing around here is we have what they call hunting season. So when Thanksgiving week comes, that's hunting season. So, but I'll tell you what, that last week they came over here on Monday, and I mean they pounded it out, and it was done on Thursday. And
I think because Christmas is coming, and
yeah, and
they're not going to work the rest of the year now. He said. So.
Yeah, and it actually his. You want me to turn that off?
No, I'm good now.
He put pictures. I didn't even know he took pictures of it. But
yeah.
He took pictures of the house and he put it on his Facebook page for Kusher Construction. If you're interested, you want to see what
we put it on our.
Yeah, I put it on mine too, but I don't know who can.
Well, if you guys are friends with Bill, you can see it on there.
Yeah.
I may try to post it off on Economic Refugee.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ron says you used to say treat.
Treat. Oh, okay, treat. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the next step on this house is whatever we can do, and
next step is
tutelage from 2 eggs and Mellow Cat.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, and that's another thing. This kid today said he would come and help us with the drywalling. So I don't. He said he could do anything but electrical. So we'll see. I don't know. It's just another option, But we're definitely excited. I'll tell you what was crazy is he painted the house one day, and then the next day they put the roof on. In one day they did the painting, and then the next day they did the roof. And they were going back touching up some spots and stuff like that. But man, it really that ocean blue.
We love it.
Color on that roof. Just everybody.
It's not green. It's not blue. It's
Don loved it.
I've ever seen.
I'm Billy.
Yeah. One of our old guy neighbors stopped by, and he's a little guy. Drove up in the driveway on his tractor.
Yeah, he's driving his tractor. I don't know.
When he came into the house, we were showing him, and he's like, "Oh, Billy, you done good. You done good, Billy." It was cute.
Let's see.
Hey, Snot Bubbles, we've been missing you. Welcome back.
I can remember when I would quit a job if I didn't get the hunt. This is the first time in probably 40 years that I haven't hunted. Yeah.
Because you've been traveling.
I think this is the first time in 68 years I haven't hunted. I've never really gone hunting.
Ron's got a doctor's appointment on the 5th, and then I'll head to Quartzsite on the 6th. Okay. You folks know Travels with Dottie. Rob's his name.
I do, yeah.
I don't.
I mean, I don't.
You watch the channel.
I have talked to him, but I don't really know him. I've seen a few of his videos.
Jason said the drywall is waiting for you in my shop.
Yeah. Well, when we get back, we'll probably have to get that out of there. The only thing is we got to do the wiring, the water lines, and the insulation. I'm learning about the insulation. Apparently, the secret is, of course, when I say this, I know I'll get a whole bunch of responses on this, but I guess you use closed cell first, and they put a thin layer closed cell on the whole inside, and then they use the open cell to fill it in, and they say that is the best that you can get, because I guess the closed cell is like it dries like it's sealed, totally sealed, and then when you put that open in, it's more porous, so it's more like insulation. So we'll see. I'm just trying to learn this so that I do the right thing. I don't know.
Scarlett's comment.
The way things have been going, I'd choose a blue roof too if I was you. Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason why we chose a blue roof. But
great job.
We don't want to talk about that because we don't want
problems. You're wearing the right hat. Great job on the house. I know y'all will love it. Can't wait to see it come together. Us too. Quartzsite plans are
6
1
months.
month.
Just going for January.
Just 1 month, yeah.
Well, we go. We get there like the first January 1st or the day before that, December 31st, and then we stay until the end of January, and then when we get to the end of January, we're watching the weather on when we're going to leave. So if it's really really cold, the bad thing about going to Quartzsite from here is you got almost 1,500 miles, and it could either be warm and nice and dry and beautiful, or it can be anything else. It could be horrible. Yeah, it could be really bad.
Windy and
so yeah, that's part of the reason why I had a problem with the old leggy boo here, and sometimes I rather just drive at night and sleep during the day, because at night I'm driving with the truckers, and
they're more polite.
They're more polite at night.
During regular drivers.
During the day, you have to deal with everybody. And then the thing is it when it's real cold and we're on the road, we're using the big heater. We're using our propane heater. And the trouble with that is sometimes it can really run the batteries. It can run it down low if that blower's running all night. So, but I'll just start the generator.
We are located in Arkansas, so we'll be coming from Arkansas to Quartzsite.
Who has that?
Bubbles.
Not sure where you are located.
I actually have some above ground vessel sinks for bathrooms. I have 4 of them, Scarlett said. Above, like
above counter.
The bowls that sit on the counters, you mean? Is that what you mean? I don't know.
Well, what we need is the big block part.
My vessel sinks may be too big, though. Well, we don't have a sink for the master bathroom either.
Yeah.
We need a counter and.
Well, we actually have a sink and a top, but it's kind of dated. But yeah. I think we could make it work.
If we have to.
We're going to redo the vanities and everything. They came out of my brother's house. And he says, you want these vanities? And we went over and they were like, those are the perfect sizes we need. So, yeah, we'll take them, but we're going to paint them. We're going to clean them all up and paint them and all that kind of stuff. This house isn't going to have a lot of wood stuff other than probably the floor and maybe the ceiling in the living room and kitchen.
I just can't see what Snot Bubbles is in Texas. I just can't see what the big hype is about Quartzsite, especially every year. Honestly, for me, the only attraction is seeing people that I haven't seen in a year, really, or more. That's really, and going to Mexico.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once you've been there, you've been there. It's the same thing every year.
We've been going since.
And work. We go.
Our first year was 2007.
Yeah. But
we actually went there in our Lance camper.
Because of a job.
Yeah, we're working.
So.
And the thing is basically our trip is paid for.
Right.
So, and then we make a little bit we don't make much, but we're trying to get more people to do the firework things. It was kind of, last year was a little messy, but we're gonna, and the owner of the fireworks company is going to be coming there, so that way we can sick everybody on him. So, but he is a really good guy, and I think he got overwhelmed too. We kind of got, a little overwhelmed.
Maybe you guys need a diesel heater for the trip. And darn Blue Roof says he's.
Yeah, who said that?
Who do you think said that?
Snot Bubbles?
No.
Damn Blue. Oh.
He said darn.
Well, it's the Blue Roof is so you don't get a direct energy weapon. Anyway, let's see. Who said the other thing?
They sit above the counter, but they're square. I'll send you some pictures tomorrow. They're new, still in box.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, Scarlett.
Randy Wilson, I'm sure for a lot of people there's a necessity, given that most Americans have little to no retirement savings. Well, yeah, to go to Quartzsite, that's if you stay out in the LTVA, and that's well, this is the last year of $180. That's the way I understand it. I'm not sure about that. I did make some comments on that in the beginning, but then they kind of went backwards on it and everything else. So the thing is, they're wanting to raise the price to $600, which I mean, they're going to raise the price. You know, go up $20 or something like that, but not triple it. What?
Let's see. We're starting our journey west Friday, too, but taking your time and driving slow, stopping here and there.
Yeah, you're coming by here, right? On your way? Oh, no.
And hi, Yanni and Patty. Not Bubba says, not sure I'd hire anyone wearing a tinfoil hat.
There you go.
How many nights on the way to Quartzsite? Hey, Lynn and Joan. We usually take 2 nights and 3 days travel.
Yeah, well, like I say, this time I may drive more at nights.
Yeah.
A lot of what I'll do sometimes, I'll lay down, try to sleep, and I can't sleep, and I'll just get up and drive until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll pull off. And this time I've kind of gotten used to just running this generator. So what I worry about with the like I say, the big heater running, I put a new blower motor in there, and it really blows hard, but it uses a lot of energy. So, and the batteries I have are getting kind of old. They've never gone dead, but I don't try to see if I can make them go dead.
Mountain Laurel, I started building house and garage a few months before the pandemic shut everything down. Lumber material prices went sky high. It's an ongoing project. I'll get it all dried in now. Still a ways to go. You should have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I'd be your first subscriber.
Or basically, we're all dried in, and we've got everything on the exhaust side of the plumbing is done, except for I got one line that runs out to the main sewer, or to our main sewer line that goes down and connects to the big sewer, or whatever you want to call it. But I got to run another line down and tie into that line because we had the way it worked is the bedroom's lower, so I couldn't get it to flow uphill unless I wanted to get pumps and stuff. So we just dug it, put another outlet, and we're going to run it down. So we're on the side of a hill.
Don't come here. We have snow in the mountains, Jason.
Is it snowing up there? It may be.
I was absent due to a profit center message. John, explain. I watch another channel called I Ride Tiny Houses. Bill and Deb, I think they're from Arkansas. Okay.
I Ride Tiny Houses?
I'll check them out because I'm always looking for new channels. A lot of the people that I've been watching, they're either quitting YouTube or I don't know. I'm just in a flux right now where my normal people, they're either dropping off or I'm just whatever they're up to. I'm not interested in them right now, so I'm looking for new channels. Hey, Rhonda Cooper, Merry Christmas from Nebraska. Merry Christmas from Arkansas.
It's 62 degrees here right now, John. It's been warm all day, I guess. But you go outside, it feels cold because it's windy, foggy, and just drizzly, yucky. Yeah. It's supposed to rain tonight.
Trey said, we feel the same about Quartzsite. It's just a place to see our friends. We like Havasu during the winter. We always spent at least 2 weeks Quartzsite and visited the big tent, went 4 winters. Yeah.
Well, we've been going there quite a while. We've been going every year since 2010.
We went in 2007, and then I think we skipped the next 2 years.
And then 2010
and we've been going ever since.
Rhonda Cooper, Merry Christmas from Nebraska.
It's been foggy all day. Yep. Oh, a commercial. Okay. You got a message from a profit center. You meant a commercial.
Chris, Bill and Darla's channel is great if you like trailer builds.
Bill and Debs.
Trailer builds.
Bill and Debs.
Oh, Bill and Debs. Oh.
I ride tiny
I'm telling you, my eyes, I'm real tired, so. That driving
Our
wears
RV
me out.
project is in the new garage, still working on that when I can. Hurricane Helene has put the brakes on both projects. Yeah. What a mess. The people that came here and stayed with us for a minute.
Yeah, they weren't here very long, overnight.
No, yeah. They went, they're from Canada and they drove to North Carolina and tried, well, they did help out over there. They donated about a week of their time, putting things together for the people that are still unhoused and not relocated or anything like that from the hurricane.
Then they went to Georgia.
Then they went to Georgia and then did the same thing. And then they went to Florida and did the same thing. So then they went to Louisiana to visit a friend, came down here to visit us, and now they're going down to Texas to visit somebody else. Smaller RV project. Okay, I got that. We are half hour north from Bill and Darla. Yep, you are.
You are. Straight up.
RVB girls are going to the final four. Volleyball, Rhonda? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I always liked volleyball. I was probably better at that than basketball because I was tall. Bill and Deb host people that do their own enclosed trailer build outs. They have meetups all over and then do a video of people's builds. It's informative if you're looking at an alternative to an RV. Oh, that's cool.
I have a sad story. What was that guy's name?
Hey, Mark.
We had a guy.
You're here.
We had a guy that was one of our viewers, and he wanted to come to Quartzsite, and he was building a trailer.
Lucian?
Yeah, Lucian. Yeah. And he worked and worked and worked and worked, and he got it all done.
He was probably in his 70s, I think.
Yeah, and he came to Quartzsite, and he was there, and he wanted to meet us, and then he really wanted to meet Brian, and so Brian came over and met him, and it was like a big highlight to him. Adventure Van Man, and then all of a sudden he just said, "Man, I need to go home." And he went home, and I guess it was about a week or two after he got home, he passed away. So, but he got to do what he wanted to do.
He really wanted. He had been building that trailer for at least a year with the intention of going to Quartzsite. He just had to get to Quartzsite, see what it was all about.
Yeah, and he did it.
Yeah, he did it. It was sad though.
I made it. Did you miss me?
Yeah, Mark, we did. We always miss people when they're not here.
Yeah.
Did you give us a thumbs up?
The bad thing about it when you show up is then we got to stop talking about you and hope you don't go back and watch the rerun. So see how that works? No, we don't say anything bad about anybody except Randy for Class A living. No.
Yes, you did. I was laughing my butt off about the wreck and that little plane.
What?
I'm just reading Randy Wilson's comment.
Laughing. The wreck. I don't get it. And the little plane. I don't remember.
And that little plane.
You don't get it?
Sometimes the comments hit after we passed the subject. Oh, remind us what we were talking about, Randy. We're old and we're tired.
We can hide our own Easter eggs. That's what I always say.
A YouTube video channel would be great. Still plenty unfinished to post if I could get that channel up and running. You can. It's really easy.
If you have they don't have phones. They did have a phone.
They have phones now.
Yeah, if you got a phone, really, we don't
have fancy camera equipment.
We do, but we don't use it.
We don't use it.
We have one of the newer GoPros. We have a Canon. We had a SJ.
It's just hard
action
to get that
camera
stuff out when you're like filming on the fly. But you've always got your phone, and they have good cameras. And then the editing software I use, you can use DaVinci. It's free. Anyway, if you have any questions about that, just email us. I can point you in the right direction. We need more good channels. We need more channels.
Yeah, so Snot Bubbles said, I watch Brian's channel some. It's not really my thing. Like a Traveling Robert channel.
Traveling Robert, I have watched. We actually met him.
Yeah. You know what? The thing with Brian is he's been doing it for quite a while. I used to watch him I watched him today. I he he's the one that got us started. He kept kind of you got to do this, you got to do this, and he said, let me interview you and see what happens. Well, he interviewed us, and we had 1,000 subscribers, and we didn't have any way to make it. I had a phone, I think it was a flip phone or something, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had no way to do it, so we went and bought some camera equipment and stuff, and then I look at the camera and it looked back at me, and it was like one of those standoff things.
Frozen.
And finally she says, well, are you going to do this? And I go, I don't know what to do. She said, well, just do anything. I don't know.
Talk.
So I set up the camera, and I just said, if you ever watch number 1, you'll see a guy in terror talking to a camera. And then after that, I thought, what am I scared of here, you know? So anyway, just kind of after that, I don't know. It's fun. I really enjoy this. I kind of struggled a little bit with doing the house, because in the beginning we were waiting till the end of the day, and we were walking through, and then we were posting it. But then decided it was getting to be too repetitious, so we just decided to do
one
every day, film it, and then just put it out on Sunday.
So
and that makes it easier on Dark, because she wants to have a little time resting after resting all day. So
this guy will not learn how to edit a video.
I told you I would do it.
He talks about it all the time, but he will not sit down and look at the software and try to figure it out. So yeah,
I need a Robert. Hey Robert, if you're watching, I need you. Only she knows what that means. It's hard to learn.
Oh wait, no, let's go back up here. Tinfoil hats. Are we talking about drones and werewolves tonight?
Where's that at?
Whims of Mim.
Where is that?
Up on top after I watch Brian's channel.
Okay.
By Traveling Robert. I got stuck watching a good video, Mark said. Or a good movie rather. And the Mellow Cat cleared it up for us. The plane at the fireworks.
All right, there we go.
The glider guy.
Okay, you got to keep going, because now we're... Yeah. Okay, hang on a minute. Let us catch up.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, Wes. DaVinci Resolve has a steep learning curve, but there are tons of excellent tutorials. Yes. Teaching you how to use it. And honestly, that's the one that I really want to get good at. And I've tried teaching myself, but here's the thing. When you know one program already and you have to sit down and edit a video, you don't want to have to learn something new. And then in between video editing, I don't want to sit down and learn a new program. So I just haven't done it. But I think that I actually think it's probably better than what we've got right now that we use. And I don't recommend what we use to anybody. I don't like it. It's Wondershare by Filmora. Don't do that. It costs. It's not free. DaVinci Resolve is good, in my opinion. Yeah. I like Brian's no drama, low key travels, very down to earth. Yeah, he is.
And if you ever notice Brian, in fact, a lot of them, Campulets Man and a bunch of these people, they have like a routine, and they pretty much, if you watch Campulets Man, he always wakes up and then he talks to the dog, and the dog kind of like whines or whatever, and then they lets the dog out. It's got like and then he shows the sun up, sunrise and stuff.
They have a routine, pattern they follow.
Yeah, that formula.
To tell you the truth, the most interesting thing I saw Brian do was that camp host. I did like that content. Too funny. That was toilet cleanup and lawn care mostly.
Yeah, he worked with us. He did Christmas trees.
Yep. And sugar beets. He
did sugar beets, and I think he did baseball.
I don't think so. I am more into watching building houses. That's kind of the vein I've been traveling to. I don't know. That, and I still like homesteading channels. Steampunk interior design, me too. I really like steampunk.
Yeah.
So does Jason. And the rest is history. We got to catch up with these comments because I don't know what John was talking about.
Yeah, well, you know, John's on psychedelics or something.
I read where
stuck in the 70s.
Where to live in middle class life and buy a home our kids need to make. Oh yeah, 140K a year. I think the RV lifestyle is going to always be an option. I'm so concerned for kids and grandchildren. Same.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about your video today when I watched it was even on fast motion, the workers are working pretty slow on the roof, on the road. But yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah, but you know, they did it in one day.
They did.
They got it done in one day. So, I mean, they were, and then we didn't film them building the railing in the back, but that was pretty nice too. That came out
nice.
They really worked hard, and I kind of felt like just needed to stay out of their way, and the camera used to kind of freak them out a little bit. So
I don't think it did, honestly.
I put it way over that when they were doing the roof and stuff. I put it way out of the way.
Brian also did salmon fishing thing in Alaska. Yeah, that was good. And
yeah, but that wasn't with us.
Right. Videos from a couple years ago about Sugar Beach also were pretty good. Yeah. Just think how fast they could have had it done if they were working in fast motion. We did mention that.
Yeah.
It's like, too bad they can't just do it in this speed. I watch Brian too. He's got a good channel, Scarlett.
Yeah, Brian's a really good guy.
Where would I begin with a YouTube channel and how to go about it? It's a bit breathtaking, just to be honest.
Well, just give us 10 grand and we'll show you how.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, it's real.
You know, you can either email us at economicrefugeesrv@gmail.com, or you can get on our Facebook group page and private message. And then I can, we can go from there. I talk to you on the phone and stuff. It's real easy, I promise.
Yeah, Darla's not like me. She doesn't advertise her phone number, so.
Mountain Laurel and I have been watching your videos on your new house you're building, and it is looking great, giving us some great ideas on our new house. Awesome. Inspiration, that's always good. I put that screen in 2 times, man. They were fast. I put that screen in 2 times, man. Oh, 2 times, yeah. Yeah. I watch some content on double speed too. I see people that do YouTube for a living, and I wonder how these people will retire one day knowing that they are most likely not putting money towards Social Security check. A bit scary, I think. I agree.
Yeah,
they really make a lot of money. They got to have a financial advisor, though.
The thing about Social Security, anybody that's on it will tell you, like us, it's not enough to live on. I mean, unless you're.
But
that's what we're attempting to do, though.
If they take that money, some of that money from that they're earning, the people that are doing well on YouTube, which is not us, but we do it anyway, and invest some of it. I told Bill, I said, it's too bad investments are so sketchy and precarious. You can lose at them too.
Mark Bostein, he's so positive.
I thought you're gonna have hard.
I'll tell you what's worse than trying to find your house in a blizzard. Trying to find your motorhome in a dust storm in Quartzsite. We did that one day, didn't we? Remember that? We went and did laundry, and when we came back,
we left that day.
It was parked at a Rose RV.
It was so bad.
Which was a boondocking place, and the wind was blowing so hard we couldn't see it, man.
It's called tumbleweed now.
Yeah. Well, it should have been called tumbleweed back then too. I know that you're gonna have a hard time. Oh wait, there you go. No, we won't have a hard time. We have GPS. They're paying their taxes They file as
That's
self-employed and they pay
FICA.
into FICA on there. We'll see, like too now. Trump's talking about no taxes for our age.
We know you shouldn't tax Social Security. We've already been
No,
taxed
but I
on
mean,
it.
you can work and not have to pay
Yeah,
tax
I know,
either.
but they shouldn't. That's another beef of mine.
Yeah, we should be free and clear.
Today, while watching Bill was explaining the interior floor plan. Yes, Randy, Mellow Cat cleared it up for us. It was at the fireworks. That was a hang glider guy, and that was scary.
That was a weird night, man. That was a weird
Lots
night.
Of weird stuff happened.
Because there were sirens blowing everywhere, and there were fire trucks everywhere, and the roads were all jammed up. Yeah.
The semi went off the freeway.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then these guys came in, and they were buzzing around, and that's when everything started. So I don't know.
I'm positively positive, Mark. Look at all these different topics. Y'all think you're going to have a hard time finding out what to talk about on your channel as your viewers lead you into conversations. Yep. That's why.
Well, as long as the comments kind of roll real easy, we can have a conversation.
We always say that we really don't want any more people because it's like speed reading, right?
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with everything.
Well, I mean, what's great about this is it's pretty much mostly the same people every week, and we've gotten to know you guys like family, and it's kind of cool. You just come in, we do this. Our regular videos, what we do, that gets out there. Actually, this video we did today did pretty good too. I think that's the second best one on the house. So yeah. Now
Bubbles said, a few years ago I started watching people in Quartzsite and I thought I could do that. Next day I started looking at my finances and started to put money away and invest. We keep thinking, okay, I just started to watch YouTube people and what was safe to invest in and how you can manage your own finances and not pay a lot of fees. Changed my life. That's good. You should have a channel to teach us how to do that. We were talking about that, and Bill said we should just invest in what Nancy Pelosi invested.
Well, there's actually a guy that does that.
Yeah, you pay him money though, and he'll tell you.
What he does is he gives you he follows the politicians and he recommends the things that they do. But I found out today that they don't report that for 45 days, but the CEOs and stuff like that, they have a 2-day. They can only go 48 hours and then they have to release their stuff. And that's basically what they go by. They tell you the politicians, but Nancy Pelosi has made $220 million being a congressperson, and at $223,000 a year, it's impossible. So she is better than Warren Buffett and all these investors, all these billionaires. So
Winds of Mim, I'm tipping the scale to too many people. Mountain Laurel and I both got an idea from you, Bill and Darla, about the step-up shower and figure out where to put our TV. Good. It's not Bubbles' family. Hey, can I borrow some money? I'm one of the ones who aren't around very often, but I try to watch because you guys remind me of my parents. Yay!
Thanks.
The first time
we are parents.
We used to go into restaurants and Bill always likes to engage. Jason can tell you, 2 eggs and no.
Yeah, and then he just sits there.
He harasses the server, and that was his shtick when we were younger. And
I don't harass him. I joke with him.
Then they started saying, "You remind me of my dad." Yeah. Now they say, "You remind me of my grandpa."
Yeah. They don't say that.
Yes, they do. Progression. Everybody, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Scarlett. Don't get me started on Nancy. Not meant to be said in a bad way.
She broke her hip.
I'm about Brian's age. Yeah, Brian, we told him, we call him our road son.
Yeah.
Because he's,
he's the one who started that.
Yeah.
You're like my road parents.
But yeah, he's young enough to be our kid.
Yeah. We have a kid about his age. What is he now?
42. I don't know. Brian? I think he's like 46 or 48.
Is he?
Yeah, something like that. I got into wrong business. I should have to be a politician. I can't.
Yeah.
We
Well, yeah,
didn't take it in a bad way, whims of Mimmus, okay?
I was going to say that, Social Security, it just, that's one thing that's great about the RV lifestyle, because when the economy gets bad here, you can go there, and you're not, when
You're not tied to the
when you
economy.
have a house
Yeah.
like this now, when you have this, and if you get rid of the motorhome, then what happens is if the economy gets really bad around here, well, you're tied to an economy, and that's why I don't know, I kind of have an attitude of getting rid of the motorhomes. One of the last things we talked about, maybe getting a smaller
Yeah.
one, but
Rhonda said, you remind me of my grandpa. You should be honored.
well, what are
Be
you
old
like?
enough
Are
to be
you
called grandpa.
12 years old, Rhonda?
Next will be great grandpa, Chris said.
I'm Biker Santa, so you can write me a letter, and then I'll what?
Jason said, yeah, we can't even order when we go out to a restaurant.
Oh, come on, Jason.
It's true.
No, it's not.
I see Jason sitting there going, Rhonda said, no, I'm your age. Do you have a lot of hey Jeffy, do you have a lot or property?
We have,
Poor Nancy.
well, what we have is we're actually like in the last row of houses in a town, and we have a little over an acre, and the one house, his lot's smaller, and then the house on the other side of us, but we're not like touching or anything. I mean, we got quite a bit of, we had people camping here. We had there were 3 RVs and everything else here this weekend.
We have 3 full
We
hookups.
Yeah, and we could literally probably park 30 or 40 campers here on the property, at least, probably.
And the town would let us.
Yeah, and they don't care. There's no rules here. There's no restrictions.
No permits.
We built that house. We had no permits, no inspections. The only requirement is
It's
they
an
won't.
acre.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
1.1.
Yeah.
They won't let you turn on. They won't turn on the water until they see that you've hooked to the sewer. That's the only restriction they have. And the guy that is the water guy, he came over and turned the water on. I don't care. You just go ahead. And he goes, I know you're not dumping black waste or anything. I said, no, we're not doing that. But we weren't here. We weren't parked here until everything was hooked up and everything turned on. So, but we did. First thing we had to do was we had to put a terrace on our property because was too steep to park on.
Sloped, yeah. Sloped enough that it was not going to fly without leveling.
And then we did put the sewer line in, put the water lines in, electrical. I got like the regular boxes where it's got a 50, a 30, and two two plugins for a 20 amp service. So 100 amp boxes and a 200 amp on the pole. What I'm going to do is these boxes here are going to be brought down to 50 amp services, so that because no one even uses 50 amps, even us. You plug your RV in, the most it could be is 50 amps, so it doesn't need that. I'm going to run a 200 amp service over to the house, and then if we have people, we'll just have to be careful that we don't overload it. But there's a main breaker that could shut everything off.
Jeff, we're in Arkansas, and we're happy you're here. I'm glad you stumbled upon our live.
Yeah, we're in southwest Arkansas near Mena,
and
in a little town of 382.
Everybody knows insider trading. If that were me and you, would be in jail for Pelosi.
Yeah, no.
How are y'all?
She's going to get pardoned.
How are y'all feeling about leaving your new house behind and heading out to Quartzsite?
We're going to have a real hard time with that.
We are.
We've already said that we would love to stay here and just keep going on it, but
Roger says you remind me of my grandpa when he was your age.
Oh, okay.
I see today where Trump's thinking about stopping daylight savings. Who's for that? I am.
Yeah, well, they've been talking about that. They've been talking about that for about the last 15 years because there's no purpose to it anymore.
We do have a house now. It just got finished being dried in last week.
Yes, again, what state are we in? We're in Arkansas.
I just answered that.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, I thought he asked it again.
Oh, so you have a house too. Yeah, Jason said, take your time, talk with the waiter. We have time.
Yeah,
we harass the waiter.
We just built that. We don't have a house.
Right.
We have a house that's dried in. That's it.
Right. The interior still has to be done.
It got finished Thursday on our property.
We made videos about it if you want to catch them.
Yeah. If you go to our regular playlist, we or even just our last video today, you'll see it. Yeah,
and thanks for the congratulations on the house, guys.
Yeah. We bought this property 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It took 3 years to get a tractor over here to level this area. But we put 2 campsites in and actually third. We had a third, and we had a shed that was on the property. It was 70 years old. And we decided we were going to build out this. Of course, most of you guys know this, but we're talking to Jeff right now. Anyway, we're going to build this shed out, make it into a laundry room. Well, then it kind of turned into, well, why don't we just build a house? We were going to build a barn-dominium like 2 Eggs and Mellow Cat. They stole our idea, and that's good because they built an awesome thing, and at least I got to see it get built. But I had some medical issues, and I'm a retired Harley mechanic. We had a Harley shop for 22 years, and so we decided to go. In fact, this motorhome is a Harley Davidson motorhome. So
you have to explain why it's Harley Davidson.
It's a Holiday Rambler, and that Holiday Rambler was owned by Harley Davidson until 1997.
And this was built in 95.
And we were looking. I wanted to find one of these, and we found one with low mileage and everything. We got a smoking deal on it, and we've been living in it over 14 years now. So, but anyway, the thing is that when you get to a point where you feel like, you know what, we could be borderline this and borderline that, we decided we needed to get a house, a plan B. So we're still going to continue doing the RV thing. It's not going to be, we used to be on the road all year long, and we worked all year. We would take a couple of weeks off here or a month off there or something like that. We'd probably average between working about 7 to 9 months a year. And then, but the thing about doing the RV lifestyle is, as long as you don't have debt, which we don't have debt, you can live pretty good, and you can save up money, and then you can take time off. And you just got to be kind of willing to work. And now we were 54 years old when we first started, and we closed down the motorcycle shop when the economy was real bad in 2010, and I just said, screw it, man, I've had enough. I have my motorcycle shop is in storage over here, and it's going to go in this shed out here, and I'm going to actually do some working on bikes, maybe, mostly probably older bikes, antique type motorcycles, so that I'm not like, I don't want to do tires and all that stuff anymore. I would for like Jason or somebody, but I don't have a tire machine anymore either. So, but anyway, we need to have a house, and at this point we have no intentions of getting rid of the motorhome unless we found something where we could get a smaller one that would still do the job.
Jeff, we've lived in this for going on 15 years.
Yeah, 14 years plus. In October.
Thank you, Vince, and welcome.
Yeah, and Vince is here. Hi, Vince. We in October of 2010, we left California, where we come from, and went to South Dakota, got registered and everything out of South Dakota, and then went to Coffeyville, Kansas, and worked for Amazon. That was our first job.
Bill loves that shed. I don't think Darla's too hot about it. That was going to be Darla's kitchen, and Darla wasn't very excited about that. So I'm really glad that Kusher construction came in and talked to him and made him see why it wouldn't be a good idea.
You know what, Rosebud? There's a lot of these diesel motorhomes out there. You know, the Tigners, they bought one, and I know they got a really smoking deal. We bought this one 15 years ago with 30,000 miles on it. We paid 25,000, and it's a nice rig. It's got all Amish wood in it, and is that rain?
I don't know, but I'm going to check.
Anyway,
hey, Mike and Lisa.
Hi, Mike and
Better
Lisa.
late than never. We're happy you're here. Do you know where we can look for RV like yours and that is affordable? Sometimes I post them when I know.
Well, they're everywhere, yeah. but you know, if you can get Southwest, if you can get in, like Arizona is a great place to buy RVs, and the reason for that is people go there to retire, and a lot of RVers go down there and get a place or something, and then they got an RV and they want to sell it, and you know they don't rot down there, they don't get all the rust and everything else like here in the Southeast. You gotta stay on them. You go to Florida and places like that, you get a lot of rust. We don't have a lot of rust in this one, so we're lucky with that. But we drove it a lot.
Bought Joan and Lynn's, right?
Yeah, they bought Joan and Lynn's. So
yeah, you just kind of really have to keep an eye out, and you know, about, I don't know, when Bill was looking, it was all about the transmission and the drivetrain and the engine
and the chassis. Engine, transmission, and chassis.
Those things matter, and then.
So we have a Cummins in 8.3. We have an Allison 6-speed MD 3060, which is a truck transmission on a Spartan chassis, which is similar to a Kenworth. So, and we pull a full-size pickup behind our diesel motorhome. We have a 2-door Dodge pickup with a camper shell on it. We have a spare tire in the back. That's our shed, road shed. And I got my Snap-on top box and on a slide-out tray right behind me here, underneath in the cargo bays. So I mean, you can live pretty comfortably in these motorhomes. Diesel. I watched a video the other day. A guy was talking about the greatest deal and the best motorhomes really are the diesel pusher motorhomes, and you can get them pretty cheap. So some people find them under $5,000.
Did you tell Jeffy that it is a motorhome? It's not.
Yeah, I just said. Yeah. I told him, yeah. So yeah, it's.
That's another thing too. Wims have mentioned it. No salt on the roads, because that can really destroy an RV. So
this has been in. We came out of North Dakota.
It didn't live there.
No, it didn't. And I washed it as good as I could. Got it off. So I mean, it's got a little rust, but it's not bad.
I really think a video series on how to get off the road into a home like you are doing would be very helpful.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Like us, one day full-time RV life may not be an option. Yes.
Who's that said that?
Trey.
Oh yeah, Trey. Yeah, well, see, Trey's a mega.
We're already after an hour.
Yeah, Trey's worth millions, so he just bought a mansion and parked his rig and went inside.
Trey and Wendy, they're just rolling in dough, right?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
Okay, Scarlett, thank you, and good night. You guys have any questions, Mountain Laurel and Rosebud? You can always email us, or however you're going to get in touch with us once you. Just reach out to me, and I'll talk you through the YouTube thing if you're serious about it. And I know everybody on here would probably sub to you, so you'd already have. Yeah, like
we would make it mandatory.
Yes.
Well, Ron, like Ron Darrell Adventures. He's a good one. He's on here. Ron comes on all the time, and Ron.
Mike and Lisa.
If you're up at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, Ron's always on at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Yeah, and he just kind of like a Tom Schneider, like a late night talk show. if people people that know who Tom Schneider was, he just would get on there and smoke and and Ron smokes cigarettes and sits there and talks to people.
Trey
That's what
says,
he does.
just because we have Starlink.
Yeah. Well, that's rich enough for us. We can't afford it.
Is that a slide out? Yeah, it is. Do they ever have problems with water leaks that you know of? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Let me
But
tell you one
this
thing
one
about
has
RVs is they're rolling like basically
house.
it's a earthquake all the time you're traveling.
Yeah.
And screws come loose just like riding a Harley, man. You're always tightening
Yeah.
stuff, and I got to put front brakes on this week. I got to put rear brakes on my pickup. My pickup caught on fire on the way home from our last
I
trip.
got video.
Yeah, so I mean I've had the transmission out of this twice. Once in Quartzsite in the campground on a piece of plywood, and I asked the owner. I said, "I guess you didn't care. I took my tranny. He didn't even know." So
It goes where?
yeah, so I do a lot of stuff. We've had this motorhome breakdown. We've only been towed one time, and that was only because it was about 6 degrees. Well, that was coming out of North Dakota with about a 70-mile-an-hour wind, and the thing just shut off. And then they didn't fix it right. I ended up having to fix it. Huh?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So we have a playlist. So Jeppy, if you're interested in knowing about us, you can know everything there is. You can know about Quartzsite, all the jobs. All you got to do is go and start with V1. That's how it started.
Well, or look up playlists, and yeah. They're all there. I tried to break them into,
and you should watch them all twice.
Yeah. Where am I? Okay. Or Art Bell, Chris says. Art Bell was my favorite, Winds of Mimsad. That's why I mentioned werewolves.
Yeah. Well, now it's George Norrie.
Yeah.
Coast to coast.
You said your truck caught on fire on the way home, Terry said. Now you're going to have to tell the new people exactly what happened there.
Well, we were leaving Kentucky to go to see my son in North Carolina and his family. And we went and visited with him. And while I was there, I replaced my air conditioning compressor.
Yep.
And got the AC working again because it went out. It was only like 180 degrees in North Carolina. So we left there to go to Georgia to visit our daughter, our youngest daughter. And we went around the right-hand turn and heard boom. And we pulled over and got out. And the motorhome all looked fine. We went back to the truck and it was sitting funny. And the left front tire had blown out. I'm like, oh, great. We got a flat. And then Darla says, the truck, it's on fire.
There were flames shooting out of the wheel.
And what happened is we had, I haven't done the video yet. I will. I'll do a video eventually. But anyway, we have a deal that applies to brake when you step on the brakes in the truck and the force.
Buddy.
Well, it's not a brake buddy. It's a Patriot.
Yeah.
It's a Blue Ox. We just bought a brake buddy. And I got it sitting on the dash over here. But it just went haywire, and it just locked on the brakes, and we didn't know it. And it just got so hot that it wasted the brakes and finally blew out the tire and everything else. And the fire department came. We had the fire out, but they changed the tire for me. And we just kind of pulled up and turned left into a cemetery.
It was really quiet.
And parked in the cemetery. And my son came and took me over, and we got the parts, and him and I pulled the front end apart and put we didn't have everything to fix it, but we had enough to make it roll. And then we went to my daughter's, and then I finished it up there, and then I had to get brake lines, I had to get tie rod ends, everything got so hot. And
that's scary.
And anyway, I took it over to have it aligned, and it was taking a long, long time, and they finally called me and said it was ready. I went over there. And he goes, but we have one problem. And I said, what's that? He said, well, it's all lined. All that's all good. The work came out good. But we have a new mechanic, and he went to remove your truck from the rack, and he didn't have the rack all the way down. He drove it back, and it fell, and it smashed the bottom of my bed in. And then we couldn't get the guy over here, the body shop, to work on it for some reason. So eventually I'm going to fix it myself. I'm going to do it a little bit different. Probably just put that.
They did cut us a check.
Yeah, they gave us, the company was real good. Mavis Mavis
Tire.
Tire and Alignment. If you are in the South, great place. They treated us really good.
Rosebud, yes. It is economicrefugesrv@gmail.com.
We do this every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Time, Jeff.
Chris said I miss Art Bill.
Did you
Hey Midwest.
Jeff,
Glad to see you on here.
Jeff, you should subscribe, and then we have a Facebook page, Economic Refugees, and you go there and get on that, and then we send out notices.
So you know when we're doing a live or whenever we have a video.
Yeah, sometimes we'll do like just a live at any time. What did he say?
He subscribed.
Oh, he did? So let me see if he did.
Yeah, we
let me check and see.
Sunday.
Let me see.
You should watch him twice because we are all older folks. Mark told me a long time ago, Boston, that he used to watch him 4 or 5 times.
Two people.
Put him on loop.
Two people's. Let's see.
I did that. I did that for Mike and Lisa's adventures.
Yeah, we usually.
He was trying to get to the watched hours and stuff. Yeah. So I just put all his videos on loop.
Yeah. So yeah, and we appreciate. We're just. If you come to Quartzsite, we tell you where we're at. We work the tent there. We meet a lot of people there. We have a lot of our subscribers come to the tent because it's the biggest RV rally of the year. So
I didn't intentionally have you guys loop. It just kept bringing me back to the weekend all the time.
We'll teach you how to do that too, Mark. No.
I do remember that.
I remember there was a time when Mark had an RV with a sunroof.
Oh man.
A Tesla fell out of the sky and went into his RV.
We want to get out of here after Christmas. Awesome. Because I was bummed that we weren't going to get to see you guys, but I do understand family.
Yeah, we're leaving the day after.
I guess just in case I miss something. Yeah. Oh man. I'm looking at retirement next year. I've never RV'd before, but the wife talks about trying this. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can turn you on to some good jobs.
Yes.
The job we like the best.
We got a playlist for work camper jobs too. So, or you can.
And we'll help you all the way through it, and how to get your mail on the road, and the whole thing. If you're going to keep your house, then you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Right.
But yeah. Now here, what's great about this place, the postmaster over here, she saves all of our mail for us. And so when we go, she holds our mail, and if Darla has a question, she'll call her and say, "Hey, did we get this?" And she'll say, "Yeah." She'll send it to us. So, of course, that's small town, you know.
It's up in the air. Oh, Mark says it was a meteor hole.
Meteor hole, yeah.
Mike says, well, it's up in the air whether or not they can come. I hope you can, though. And Mark John, that's a personal question.
Did either ever break wind? All the time, brother. Let me tell you something.
The dog does. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something about life in an RV. You're gonna
hear everything.
You're gonna learn things about your other person here, your wife. You're gonna learn things about her, and she's gonna learn things about you. There's smells, everything. But you know what? It's I don't know. I think it works okay. We've done pretty good with it. I mean, it's nothing is perfect. I mean, I would say it's 90% perfect, though, as it has been for us. There's people that get on the road. They're out there for 3 weeks and say it's not for us.
Yeah. And
well, you know what? That's why they probably can't stay married either.
One of the jobs that we did, we worked seasonal for an RV company in Montana, and whenever they'd sell an RV, Bill would walk them around the RV and show them how to run everything, and how to fill the water and how to dump the tank and where the propane goes, all those things. And then he'd bring them in the store, walk them around, and tell them this might be good for you to purchase, and try to sell them product there, of course. usually they had their phones going, oh, it's cheaper on Amazon,
Yeah.
whatever. But that was our job. And then I worked the counter and I looked for parts and stuff like that. But there was one person that came in there and they bought an RV, and 3 weeks later they came back and it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
We had one person bought an RV and she was a nervous wreck the whole time. And the day when it came to deliver the RV to her, I had done the walkthrough with her, and then she was coming back. She picked it up, and they hooked up her Jeep, and I don't know what they did, but she got on the road, and the Jeep caught on fire and exploded, and and she brought the motorhome right back and said, "I'm not doing this, man." So, you know, it's the hardest thing is the breakdowns for me.
Renting an RV is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike and Lisa say they get along better in the RV than, you know why? Because there's no stress of work. That's why.
Yeah.
For them.
Well, and you can, the thing is, like I say, you can work you can do Christmas trees. You can work spring training baseball.
Right.
You can go up here in the North Dakota if cold weather doesn't bother you. I was a foreman for 8 years, and Darla worked in the scale house, and we did it, and we would go there in August and work from the end of August until like November, the end of November sometimes. Yeah. And but we made really good money. I mean, we made more doing that than we did. Well, maybe not as much as when we had the shop, but pretty close.
We've made more money doing fireworks for 5 weeks than we've done in any job we've worked.
It's not too difficult, and it's short. We always like doing short-term chunks of money, you know.
Fireworks for us helped keep us out of debt building this house too.
Yeah, that's how we've been able to do it. Well, we used to do a lot of different jobs with gate guarding. Gate guarding is something.
The older we get, though, the less we wanna. Some of those jobs are we're just done with them.
Fireworks it's not too bad except for the last week, and then it's real busy, and you're taking in new inventory. But because you sit there for almost a month, and it's very, very slow.
And you feel like this is a waste of time.
Yeah, what am I doing here? I'm not making any money, and then the last week you make it all. So.
Oh yeah. Jason says, have a hobby, ride a motorcycle, learn to play an instrument.
Do fireworks require 2 people? Yeah, I'm going to say for the owner of the company was letting singles do it last year, but he's kind of like wanting couples because it can get overwhelming.
But when we talk couples, it doesn't have to be a spouse. It can be your sister. It can be a boyfriend. It can be
your dog,
be a daughter, it can, whatever.
Can't have a dog.
Be another person. And no dogs.
No, you can take a dog with you.
You just can't have them like in the store.
We do.
There was a situation with a dog last season.
Biting people.
Just
scaring them.
Just scaring them. It was growling and didn't bite anybody, didn't take out after anybody. Well, because they were restraining it, but it did lunge, and it scared people. Nobody wants to shop in a place like that. So he just said, you can have a pet, but you can't bring him to work, especially with stuff like that. Cage is like nobody even knows he's there.
It wasn't Cage.
It wasn't Cage.
It was a big dog. These people had a big dog.
Anyway.
And
a lot of hair.
Yeah.
That was the other thing they complained about, from my understanding. Why is Cage so scary?
There's our puppy right there. Hey, are you ready? Look at those eyes.
Cage is ferocious. You can just tell it. You just get used to it. Find a fishing pole. RV life is wonderful. A couple needs to enjoy being together 24/7, especially when a 22-foot trailer like us. But I wouldn't trade our memories for anything. We enjoyed our small RV the very best. He is watching us. And, yeah, Trey, you guys.
And what's interesting that people don't know yet, but you will as we go along, we're building this house in a lot of ways like an RV. We're going to have an RV bed where you lift the bed up and there's going to be storage underneath. Our bathroom, the way it's being set up in our house,
will be
like our bathroom here. Our closets and everything are inside the bathroom.
We
so
like the idea of how
you go in, you take a shower, I dry my hair, or you put on whatever you do, and then your clothes are right there. And when you come out of the bathroom, you're done. You're
There's
dressed.
Not a lot of storage in this house. There won't be. And so if we can utilize the under the bed space like we do here, that'll be helpful.
Yeah, we don't. When we first started on this thing, you have no idea how much stuff we had. I had a Corvette and a van, and she had a Jeep, and I had motorcycles, and we had this shop, and we had lived in our house 28 years, and it was a huge house, and we had 3 kids, and
the kids were gone, but
I mean our house had 2 washers and 2 dryers, and it had 2 of everything, 2 water heaters. It was because the house the size of the house.
Well, 3 swamp coolers.
Yeah.
You use that in the desert.
And 2 air conditioners, 2 HVACs. So anyway, and I worked on cars and stuff in my garage on the weekends, and then we had a regular shop. But when we got ready to get out of there, we put a lot of stuff in the storage that we couldn't sell, but she was doing yard sales
every weekend,
and we had stuff in the newspaper, and I was doing the Harley swap meet. We did those for 4 or 5. We left all of our stuff in storage in California originally, but I kept back my tools, my specialty motorcycle tools and stuff, and they're here with us over in a storage. But when we get back from Quartzsite, we're going to empty the storage out.
Because now we have a shed.
Because we have a shed.
Like a real
shed. We had a shed, but
shed.
It wasn't like this. They've rebuilt this shed, man. Not only did they build our house, but they beefed the shed all up. And we got plywood in there, and her and I are going to put another layer of plywood on top of what's in there so it can handle the weight of my tools and stuff. Because just my bottom box has got to weigh 700 pounds. Yeah. So
it's almost an hour and a half.
All right. Yeah, we better let everyone go because we're probably driving. We're more now than we were before. More people. Are we getting more interesting as we go here, or what?
You pretty much have to replace them every 4 years, and they're not cheap.
What are we replacing?
What did we replace? Mark, what did we replace? What do you have to replace every 4 years? Again, the comments come later than what we're talking about, so then we move on.
Tires. Oh, no. Tires on this. Well, they say every 6. I think I ran the last set like 7 years, and the ones before that were almost 10. But I take them off and usually sell them.
Yeah. Wow. 88 Korenutsa. I only buy load range G. Okay. Must be a brand.
No, that would be for trailers, right? Is that for a trailer?
Villadar, your pup is so sweet. We have 8 babies, 4 little pups, and 4 older dogs. Aw, cute.
You know what I found?
And you could put them on the channel. People love that.
working in the RV dealer, the thing that went around is our light duty truck tires are really because a lot of the trailer tires are Chinese made, and we had brand new trailers just have tires blow up. They get 30 miles from the dealer and they just blow up and tear the side of the trailers off. Yep. So like a good quality BF Goodrich or Cooper makes good tires. You just get a regular truck tire that will fit on that rim, and you'll go a lot longer on those.
Load rating, got you. Okay.
Yeah, G is G rated.
By the way,
yeah.
Welcome to you. China bombs, Mark says, yeah.
Yeah.
Cage caused the viewer numbers to go up. I'm here for Cage.
Yeah, everybody loves the dog.
You have a video on doing healthcare on the road. You know,
We've talked about it.
I will tell you, when we started out, we ended up having MediShare, which is a Christian organization, was owned originally by the Mennonites, and they were running it for nonprofit, and they were doing well. And then they sold it, and I had the worst time with them. And we ended up not having insurance for probably 5 years.
We go to Mexico.
Yeah.
When we go to Quartzsite,
but that's
it's 90 miles.
Optical.
It's 90 miles for glasses and dental and medication. $90 miles to Los Algodones, and we go down there and we you got to have your passport, and you go over the border, and I mean you can get Z-Packs, which if you go to Walmart and you get a discount, you get them for $35. They're $4.50 down there. These glasses, which are $600 online, are $100 down there.
And that includes the exam.
Everything, yeah, and the best exams.
But when it comes to medical, we just didn't have medical, and
we would pay. You walk in and you tell them, look, we're travelers and we don't have medical insurance, and we're going to pay cash. And I have a cough. What's
Yeah, what do I do?
And what would it cost to get checked out?
They do have dentists down in Mexico, but we've never.
They have doctors.
I mean doctors, yeah.
Someone we know went to a doctor. Sue, yeah. So, but now we're on Medicare. So,
and yes, Trey, we are big believers in having an emergency fund equal to or an engine or transmission replacement. That's us too. You have to.
Well, we always hold back money. So that's part of the reason why now we're stopping on the house, because they're going to be traveling again. So we got to keep our bank on.
Right.
We burn off a point where we got to go easy for a while until we get back and we do fireworks again. So, but the thing is I'm diabetic. I've been diabetic for years, and I was on metformin and all that kind of stuff. And I started losing weight, and I'm 6 foot, normally right around 200 pounds, and I got down to 140 pounds. And you know you're not looking good when you go into a room and your daughters are in there and your son and everybody, and your daughters start crying because you look so bad. And we ended up going to Vegas, and Dougie D, I don't see him on here tonight, but he's usually on here. We were doing Christmas trees, and
people are logging off.
That's right. 34. We're higher now than we have.
People are saying good night.
Oh. Anyway, we went to this doctor, and he checked me all over, and then he checked. Darla was having high blood pressure and everything, and the guy ended up giving me 6 months worth of free insulin and all this. Did the same thing for her, and it cost us $400. So it just depends.
Yeah.
When you start talking cash money, and they know they don't have to worry about you, trying to collect on the insurance and all that stuff, and they take care of you right now.
Now we have Medicare, so
yeah. But we're here. Yeah. We have Healthcare Express over here in DeQueen, and we have to go down to Texarkana all the time,
which is 80 miles.
Which is 80 miles, but that's why we bought the car. We bought a Cadillac SRX.
One of men said, "I'm getting health insurance ads. YouTube knows what you're talking about."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they listen to everything.
All right, guys. I think an hour and a half is enough, and we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
34 and 34.
Thank you to the new people also.
Yeah, and if you would give us a thumbs up if you like the show, and also subscribe, because we do this kind of stuff, and we're getting ready to go to Quartzsite. And when we go to Quartzsite, we're going to be doing our tour again, which is consecutively every month is our #1 video. It's been playing for a year, so now we got to do another good one. Yeah, that's what happens every year. So we'll be doing that. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. We've spoke at RTR and all kinds of stuff. So we'll be filming in the tent, doing doggy videos and everything.
Different because we're recruiting for
fireworks. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Have a great week.
Thanks.